And there is an NBA Finals game tonight. Game 3. The thing that I respect most, I'm going to group 3 people together here that might on the surface not make sense, but I promise you they do. The thing I respect most about Sebastian Aho, Rod Brind'amour, and Tyrese Haliburton, right? Local star of the hometown hockey team, the coach of the hometown hockey team, and the point guard for the Pacers, who had a rough game too, as the OKC Thunder tied it up. The thing that I love most about those 3, that I respect most about those 3, is that they can truly ignore what the public thinks of them, which is a skill. It is a skill to be able to either hear the noise and not let it get to you, or in order to completely block yourself out of hearing the noise and not have it just gnaw away at you. What are they saying? What are they saying? What are they saying? After their last game, the talk about Tyrese Haliburton, it was strangely deja vu-like for me. I thought we were in the Matrix, because every conversation about Tyrese Haliburton was a conversation that we had about Sebastian Aho after a similar situation. Right? You lose a big game in a series, all eyes on you, looking to make it further than you've ever done. And the star didn't seem to shoot enough. The star didn't seem to be the I don't know, platonic ideal, the utopic version of what we want a superstar to be. Right? When they lose a game, meaning the Canes, when they lose a game and you look at the stat sheet and Aho has 0 shots on goal or 1 or 2 shots on goal, it's the most frustrating thing in the world. And then you talk to somebody you trust about hockey, right? Somebody that knows the game inside and out, and they have all the yeah buts. You're like, gosh, Aho, 2 shots on goal. And they're like, yeah, but he was 72% in the faceoff circle, and he was tied for the team lead in hits. And did you see the stick work on that deflection that prevented a goal in the second period, and all of these other things he did? And you're like, yeah, I know. But my perfect version of a superstar either survives, sinks or swims, might be the better word, either sinks or swims on their shot attempts. They're aggressive. They want the ball. They want the puck. And that's what everybody's been saying about Tyrese Haliburton for 3 days. From the moment it ended, right? He didn't take enough shots. He didn't want the ball. Why was he so passive in the first half? He doesn't want it. He doesn't want the game before, by the way. He hit a game winner to win an NBA Finals game. Kind of like Sebastian Aho having a series winner earlier in the postseason in double overtime, and then not 2-3 weeks later we're going, why doesn't this guy want the puck in the clutch? It just happens. And the reason why I'm saying the thing I respect most about these guys is that they ignore what the masses think about them. Is I'm going to give Pacers fans a little bit of a heads up here. I'm going to soften the blow for you, because we've been through it with Aho a bunch. Haliburton isn't going to change. It's in their DNA. They aren't going to shoot 1,000 times in a game, because then if they lose, it seems like they wanted the shot. Or they're not going to shoot 1,000 times in order to be closer to like the myths of Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan. Right? Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan, they always wanted the shot with the game on the line. That's the myth, right? The reality is Jordan passed it to Paxson. Jordan passed it to Kerr, right? The Kobe throws the oop to Shaq. Like the myth is they always want it. And if you lose and your star doesn't have a bunch of shot attempts, it's so frustrating. It's why, I mean, I'm not even putting myself in any kind of doesn't happen to me category. I'm right there with everybody else. Sebastian Aho, he's a conundrum to me, and I'm just telling Pacers fans it's not going to be solved. It's in their DNA to make the play that they think in that moment is the winning play. Right? Whether it's them shooting or not, they will always go to the play that they think increases their chances of winning the most. What we all want, be darned. What we all want is nothing that they care about, and that is a gift. That is a skill. That is a talent. It's the same thing I talk about with Rod Brind'amour. Even when the decisions he makes are unpopular, and even when with 2020 hindsight, we feel like we should be able to go, ha, 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 you were wrong and I was right. Rod, the next time he faces a tough decision, is going to believe what he thinks is the best. And the best example of this, and again, you can dance in 2020 hindsight all you want, is when he went with Scott Morrow over Alexander Nikishin. Right? In the postseason, he went Morrow over Nikishin. Morrow had a rough game. The next game, back with Morrow over Nikishin. If you play Nikishin in that situation, right, everybody's favorite prospect, the magic beans of talent, if you play Nikishin there and he plays awful, you know what we all do? I would have played him too. I mean, I don't know what you can't get mad at him for putting Nikishin in there.
Maybe a little confirmation bias.
Even if Nikishin plays awful, I still think if it's like the obvious thing to do, or think of it like a draft. Like when you are draft, like if you have the second pick in the draft, and there's a player that every analyst has mocked in the top 2, every analyst says is can't miss. You draft him, player stinks. The vitriol, the hate is a little less because it's like, hey, we all would have taken him too, right? Nobody gets mad. Everybody gets mad at Sam Bowie for being drafted before Jordan. Nobody gets mad for Greg Oden being picked before Kevin Durant because we're all like, yeah, I mean, we all would have done it too, right? It's easy to go with the masses because it gives you protection. The easy thing to do if you're a superstar is say, if you're Haliburton, I'm taking 30 shots tonight. I'm either scoring 50 or I'm scoring 20, but I'm taking 30 shots tonight. And then win, lose, or draw, you'll have Kendrick Perkins and Paul Pierce and on all of these former players in all of their new media endeavors, right? The Matt Barnes of the world, they'll all be sitting on their podcasts after tonight's game going, I'll tell you what, Haliburton wanted the ball in his hands, right? You got to live and die with your superstar. He'd almost be getting praise. He may have shot them out of the game. They may have lost the game because he shot it, but that's how it happens. Sebastian Aho has done it so many times. And actually, I'm sitting here saying like, oh, Matt Barnes and Kendrick Perkins. It would have been me for the Canes. Right? He has a game where he doesn't have enough shots on goal. I'm sitting there going, what in the heck is he doing? He has 7 shots on goal. I'm going, I love it. May have shot them out of the game. Right? May have not done it. It's just like our plutonic ideal of a superstar. So I'm softening the blow for the Pacers in giving you this. He's not changing. If he scores a bunch of points tonight, it's not because he thinks that's what a superstar should do. It'll be because that's how OKC played him. Right? The first, I talk about it, again, using Aho. The first period of Game 5 against the Panthers is my favorite version of Aho. Scored 2 goals, the pick 6, and then the second goal is actually the one I like the most because that was him being more aggressive. Like you intercept a pass and you're on a fast break. There was nobody up there for him to pass it to. The second one was a choice. It looked like Aho saying, I want it on my shoulders. Then he went back to being Aho for the next 2 periods. And I'm not saying it was good or bad. I'm just saying like being within a goal of a staving off elimination hat trick didn't change Aho into a shoot first, ask questions later superstar. If that doesn't change it, nothing will. Which is why, and we'll talk about it later in the show, I think you need to put a shooter next to him. Haliburton might be the same thing, right? You put like a Devin Booker type on the wing next to Haliburton, maybe that's what opens things up for him, and you go on a dynastic run.
Well, I mean, they do have, they got Nesmith in there. Nembhard can shoot a little bit. Yep. Siakam is usually a bit of a scorer. He seems somewhat have struggled, but
I think Siakam's one of the more underrated players in the league. But there's that, like, again, Canes and Pacers. That's to me like Svech and Jarvis and a lot of 30-goal scorers, right? A lot of guys, they can score, they can shoot, right? A lot of 20-goal scorers. They don't have the 40-goal scorer, right? And if you put that next to Haliburton, I think it opens everything up. The same way Jason Robertson may open things up for a Sebastian Aho.
There's definitely a lot of comparisons to be drawn, even down to like market and playoff
market
success, and there's definitely some similarities there. So
look at you. Have the Pacers ever won a title?
I don't believe they have.
I don't think so. But their coach has. Carlisle in Dallas, not the exact same, but brind'amour won one. Not the exact same. He was a player, but hey, we could keep going.